Hey Scorpio, thanks for joining me for your August reading. I'm Madeleine if we haven't met before, and if you're back, hey hey. So, as usual, we are going to get into a channeled message and then a full card reading for you for the month of August. But really quickly, I just wanted to tell you that beginning this Saturday at 10 a.m. Central, I will be doing live weekly readings for every sign. So if you want to join me at that time to be able to chit chat or let me see your comments in real time, that would be awesome. But the recorded version will absolutely be up. So no matter what, you will now be able to start catching weekly live readings every Saturday. Yay! All right, enough about me. Now, Scorpio. So those of you who've been here before know that I spend some time before I turn the camera on meditating, shuffling, kind of getting in touch with your people, pre-shuffle. And a couple of cards were coming jumping out of the deck. We haven't pulled any, so we'll see if they come back. But one of them was the Four of Swords. One of them was your card, which is Death. It's the Scorpio card. I'm not worried about it. The message, wow, Spirit just dropped one of your cards in my lap. They're ready to go. The message that came through via Spirit was that rest and rejuvenation need to be prioritized. Need to be prioritized. Some of you all are so busy and productive and Spirit is saying some of you are distracting yourselves with that stuff. Some of you, it's just like, I have to do this, I have to do this. There's no choice. Some of you, you know that it's kind of like, you know, drinking up that workahol, like, life sucks right now, better just throw myself into this project or whatever. And Spirit is saying that in August, it's really, really, really important for you to, even if it's just a slice of every day, 30 minutes, whatever you can manage, you need some time that is just for kind of like shutting down the mental computer. I'm not even talking about like zoning out Netflix and chill, even though yes, please also make some time for that. I'm talking about literally like a nap, a journaling session, a meditation session, something where you're not getting any input whatsoever. When you finally get a chance, it's like you've been inhaling all week, all month, and you finally fucking you need to exhale. Been a lot of input, a lot of content, a lot of media, a lot of news, a lot of people coming in. That energy needs somewhere to go. And Scorpio, you're a very powerful sign, and you're literally the sign of transmutation. So I feel like, yes, on the one hand, you could take this as just a message of like, hey, get yourself some rest and relaxation. You really need to like refill your tank a little bit, which, yes, true. But also, because you're this sign of like alchemy and transmutation, the time that you take to rest and recoup some of that energy can far outweigh that if you had just said, no, I better just work through this time anyway. It's like cramming the night before an exam. You don't want to start cramming at 5 p.m., cram till 6 in the morning, then go into your class and take the exam. You want to, if you're going to do it and you got to cram, happens to the best of us, you cram from, 5 to 11 p.m., then you sleep so that your brain can actually integrate and kind of root this knowledge, and it's not just kind of facts floating around with no context in your mind. You feel me? You need that downtime for things to gel. Okay? That's how Spirit's putting it. All right. It's funny, they're saying some of you might cook or something because they're like, when we say you need to chill, kind of like when you put something that you've just cooked that needs to chill in the refrigerator, like a dessert. Like, you don't serve this right away, you let it chill, then it really comes together and the flavors marry and it becomes this delicious thing. Okay, so Scorpio, in the month of August, Spirit, what do they need to know? Their highest good. Scorpio. Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon, Scorpio rising people, Scorpio dominance. What do they need to know? For their highest good, Spirit, always and only for their highest good. In the month of August, throwing cards. Scorpio, month of August. Scorpio. A couple more for Scorpio in the month of August. Okay. feel like I need one more. You're the boss. Don't even know how many cards we have. We'll see, Scorpio. Spirit always knows. Month of August. Spirit, please bring through what needs to come through for Scorpio for their highest good in the month of August. Woo-wee! Okay, don't worry. We're going to pop your cards up in just a second. You'll be able to see what I'm seeing. Oh, there it is. All right. Here is what I want to ask you, Scorpio. Are you putting your time and effort and energy into things you really want? Some of you are, but some of you just plain aren't. Some of you are putting work and effort into things that you were like not that excited about. That's kind of what I'm feeling. There are some really great cards in this reading, but I want to zoom in on this first because this is where Spirit is bringing me. If this does not resonate with you, that's okay. This is a general reading. It goes for some other Scorpio. Some of you, it's like, I'm in a job that I'm not passionate about. That's normal, right? That happens. But I would ask, oh, okay, we're going to get a little deep, okay, Scorpio? There's a difference between thinking that you need to be doing the work, the job, whatever makes you money, that is like, this is the love of my life, this is what I'm meant to be doing, this is what I need to do. And having a job that pays you and making time to do the thing that you want to do on the side. What is important is that you be doing something that you are actually passionate and excited about, or else I'm feeling kind of like a bit of a breakdown sensation. You feel me? Hey, Scorpio, I'm not sure when my camera cut off, but I think that it cut off around where we were starting to talk about this breakdown, okay? This, remember, Scorpio, general readings. Some of you have already been through this. I get the sense that it's not coming as a it's a surprise, but it's like it's not in the future. The breakdown, the feeling of like this is crumbling, this isn't working, that's already here. And for some of you, this is coming in the form of like a message out of the blue saying, I don't want to do this anymore, or you're not involved in this anymore, or we're letting you go, or etc. Now, I don't want to put fear into you or your reading, Scorpio, but you're the sign I'm kind of least scared of scaring, if that makes sense. And the tower's right here in the open. It's not in the hidden position. It's not in the future. It's right here. Things are crumbling. Life is changing. Skin shedding. You know, people see the tower and the immediate thought is like, oh no, this is going to be terrible. And I won't beat around the bush. Nobody likes the tower moment. Even you, the sign of transformation, you're a fixed sign. Nobody likes change but a wet baby. And however, the way that we adapt or not to change does foretell how well we do through that transformation and transition. Now, looking at the rest of your cards, it looks to me like you make a pretty great transition out of this, even if it does come without your permission. That's kind of your specialty, Scorpio, is like, oh, really, life? You're going to bring that on? I can fucking make that work. I can transmute that energy. I can make that into something. Now, what I want to bring your attention to next is that the Strength card is at the center of your reading. The Strength card is about inner strength. It's not about brute strength. It's not about being able to literally wrestle a lion. It's about being able to wrestle your inner lion, right? Like, and approach things from a place of flexibility. It's like, Spirit is saying, I don't know, maybe some of you are martial artists or something. Spirit is saying it's like Aikido versus Judo. Judo, you know, we're out here punching and chopping and kicking. It's very offensive. Whereas Aikido is the practice of using someone's energy against them. So if somebody is coming at me trying to say, you know, Judo punch me, I use the force of that punch to like flip them over my head and get them out of my way. It's purely defensive. It's not about executing a blow. It's more like, oh, you're not going to execute your blow. You're going to fucking like go take a tumble over there, and you can see what happens when you fuck with a Scorpio. You feel me? It's that they're bringing me back to that sense of Four of Swords, rest and rejuvenation. Everything doesn't have to be like, let me fucking power my way through this. Some of it can be, you know, you're a water sign, move like water. Some of y'all watching Avatar right now because Spirit's like water bending, like showing me water bending. Gonna do some water bending that is taking you to a better, clearer, more drama-free future. Now, this is where I'm going to remind you, Scorpio, your free will is everything. The way you choose to handle this energy is everything. Certain things, it's kind of like reading your horoscope, where yes, all Scorpios are undergoing the same transits right now, but they play out in their lives in very different ways. So for some of you, this could be like breakup, this could be job loss, this could be, I have to move out of this place right now. That's what I'm hearing, like I have to move. And I feel like you fucking Aikido that shit into a victory. On the inside, hidden factor. What I'm hearing, actually, Scorpio, for a lot of you is, don't worry. Well, that's easy for me to say, right? But try not to worry if you lose out on an avenue of income or a person you are interested in or whatever, because Six of Wands in that hidden position is saying somebody's looking at you. Like, whether it's a big audience or just the right audience that you need or whatever, there is somebody looking at what you do that could help you bring it to prominence. But you've got to put it out there in order to be known. And frankly, I feel like some of you have been holding back. In the potential position, the magician, the ultimate manifester, the one who has all the skills, the wisdom, the manpower, whatever we want to call it, you have everything that you need to execute right now. Right now. Right now. No exceptions. No exceptions. Yes, Scorpio, we always could use more resources, more training, more wisdom, more experience. You can still get that along the way. But if you're a writer who's like, I don't have a publisher or an editor or whatever, or you are somebody who wants to create YouTube content, but you're like, but I don't have a great camera or a mic or whatever, don't matter. Don't matter. You have everything that you need. You may not execute at a 10. You may execute at a 7 or an 8. Executing at a 7 or an 8 is so many points above zero, it's like silly to even argue about. If something has been holding you back from beginning this thing because you're like, I need it to be perfect, or I need it to be the best thing or whatever, there's no need. There's no need, okay? You need rest and rejuvenation. But part of that rest and rejuvenation, again, it's like, where does that energy go? We don't want you to rest and rejuvenate just to be able to take that energy to the 9 to 5 that sucks your soul out of your body every day. We want you to be able to use that energy to have eureka and epiphany moments and see, aha, and this is how they're putting it for some of you, this is what's at the intersection of my skills and talents. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I've always liked to draw, but I ended up getting a degree in journalism, and then you figure out, what's all this? What does this help me do? My cat, that mournful cry. You're okay. She's right in front of me. I swear to God, she's okay. She's just freaking out because she can't see the other cat. It's okay. She's just in the other room. Okay. Scorpio. Right when she did that mournful cry, that was interesting timing, because I was about to say, feels like for some of you, oh my God. Are you serious? For some of you, there's a little bit of maybe feelings of unworthiness, Maybe you got certain messages growing up that certain jobs or certain goals or certain dreams were absurd to go for. And I want to encourage you not to listen to that. I want to encourage you to listen to yourself. High Priestess, most intuitive card in the deck, sitting in the past or passing position. You have gotten some downloads and epiphanies. Some of you have been ignoring them. And this is what happens. And that's not a judgment, that's not blame, that's not like, that's what happened, Scorpio. It's like, it's just the truth. When we've been getting intuitive hit after intuitive hit after intuitive hit and we don't pay attention to it, Spirit starts off with like a polite tip, tip, tip on the door, and then it's like tuck, 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 and then it's like bump, 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 and then it's like battering ram through the door. So answering the call, the sooner you get it, looking at whatever the deep or difficult or shadowy situation is, as soon as you are aware of it, is going to serve you much better than, one of these. And just trying to go along and get along and push through. That's what I'm feeling, is just like, you're very powerful, so your urge is to maybe push through. And Spirit is like, Aikido. Aikido. Flip them over your shoulder. You don't need to punch them in the face. You need to flip them over your shoulder and keep going. Keep moving. Because future, you're moving forward. You're taking the lessons and you're moving forward. There's something really important about the fact that, how is this person piloting this vessel that is moving so smoothly and so quickly, even though they have 6 freaking swords point down into the boat? Well, it's because the swords in tarot are words, thoughts, ideas. In this case, they are the lessons. Spirit is showing me this vision of the 10 of Swords in my mind. So they're saying sometimes we feel like the words have stuck all in our bodies. And the 6 of Swords is the process of pulling all of those difficult, painful messages or lessons out and being like, okay, well, now that I've pulled these out, I can let these wounds heal. But I tell you what, I'm going to keep these swords because I never want to forget this. This is part of my training. Like, Spirit's really getting into this sword fighting metaphor, but like, like this one is from that time I didn't parry. This one is from the time I should have dodged. You know what I'm saying? And then when we do that, when we let our scars be like a map to our gifts, you can't go very wrong. It kind of goes with what they were saying about there's an intersection of like talents and gifts and challenges that have made you into who you are. Spirit is so funny. Show me all these different things. It's like tectonic plates that then explode into a mountain. Like, there's some rupture, but that rupture is creating the opportunity. Sometimes we need, and this is just an example, but it may be true for some of you, sometimes we need to get let go or fired or whatever for us to go, oh, fuck, like necessity is the mother of invention, as they say, when, Scorpio does their best work back up against a wall. Like, wow, I have to come up with something and therefore I will. And people want to help you. Someone very sweet. For some of you, this is a straight up romantic partner. And if you don't already have a romantic partner, for many of you, this is a suitor. Knight of Cups is open-hearted, innocent, to the point of maybe even like so sweet that they seem naive. Again, I get this feeling that maybe some of you don't recognize or realize that there are people out here admiring you. Some of you know who this is because it's like long-term partner. That's what they're saying. So for some of you, it's like, oh yeah, I've been with this person for years. Like, they are always my wonderful support system. And to those of you, yay and congratulations. And for those of you who may be awaiting a suitor, it seems to me that they are part of this path of, let me Aikido the bullshit out of my way so that I can zero in on what I really do want to do and what I really do care about, 6 of Swords, moving on. Some of you are deciding, like, I need to get a certain certification because I want more freedom. That's what I'm hearing. And, it's interesting, but sometimes the tower crumbling is like kind of a backwards way of getting set free. It's not the most fun way of getting set free at all, but it does liberate us. And, you know, most of the time with the tower, there was some part of us that knew it was coming. That's not, again, that is not a blame or a judgment thing. That is to help you. That's like hindsight is 20/20. Again, it's kind of like the swords thing. So for the next time, using my scars as my roadmap, I remember I got this one from that time the tower fell and I wasn't expecting it, but I knew. And next time I have that little like teeny little bell ringing in the back of my head that I really have to turn the volume down and make that meditation and prayer and journal time to be able to hear it. Next time, I'm not going to miss it. Next time the tower won't have to fall, I can be like, ooh, I feel like this tower's a fallen. Look for the emergency exit and exit long before that shit ever starts to crumble. Okay? You have, I feel like this is your magician's pentacle, right? You have an idea, a seed, that it's got legs, but it's going to require you putting in the kind of like the groundwork, that's what Spirit just said, haha, punny, of research, development. How do I do this? Okay, I've got this skill in its raw form. Okay, Paige, right? A person, a student, an apprentice that is full of potential, but still needs like the wisdom, the experience, the understanding. So if you've got this idea where you're like, I feel like this could make money, or I feel like this could become a job, or I feel like I'm good at this, and if I could just figure out how to apply it or do it, then I could make money from it. If you already have that like, again, it's just the seed of an idea because it's just the beginning, but it's full of potential, just like a seed. If you throw a seed on the ground, it will come to nothing. But if you put a seed in the proper soil, if you water it, if you give it what it needs, the nutrients, the sunlight, the attention, it can grow into something millions of times beyond its original size. You feel me? But only do it if you're serious. The key, 5 of Wands. I feel some of you, this is related to that Knight of Swords. And Spirit is giving me like a turntable and saying, some of you might start the month with this Knight of Swords being like, blah, it's over, blah, like, I have this problem or a conflict or yada yada. And then, you know, there's the Tower moment, there's separation, and then by the end of the month, they're like, oh, I think maybe I was wrong, maybe, and you're like, and no judgment, you can choose to play games with this person again. And I'm hearing a couple different things. For some of you, again, straight up, this is somebody who like hurt your heart and said one thing and then did another, kind of was like playing games. It's just what I keep hearing. For others of you, it's like, hey, I thought we were going to do this project together, but this person keeps flaking. Fine. Like, okay, never mind. Like, I'm just going to be the magician. Magician is number 1 for a reason. Like, I will just work on my thing. I'm not going to wait for anybody else. Like, I'm just going to go for it. Page of Pentacles. Even if right now it's just the research and development phase. What can I do if I have this talent? Like, how do I apply it? Or let me take a course. Whether it's like free and you just look up YouTube classes, or whether you sign up for something. Because again, I am getting this sense of like higher education, certification, combined with that Page of Pentacles. Learning a few lessons will smooth out the road ahead of you, make it easier to focus on who and what really matters. And if any of you have a creative gift that, again, for whatever reason, multitude of reasons, lack of confidence, lack of support, whatever, that you may be holding back on, I think that you need to take it off of its pedestal and start working it. That's how I'm hearing it. Is like you have pedestalized, if that were a word, this idea, this project, this gift, this desire to a point where it feels like it's not a part of you. and it needs to be brought back inside and to earth. Humble it. Humble it. Like, no one and nothing should be on a pedestal high above you. Like, this is your gift. This is your life. What do you want to do with it? Lots of energy of possibility. I see you moving forward. You know, sometimes the tower has to fall so that we can, like, raise that shit, just clear the land and get it ready for planting. So the tower wasn't serving you. It was stiff. It was shaky. It was built on a faulty foundation. This is going to be something organic. This is going to be something that Spirit is saying, you give your life to it and it gives its life to you. So there's much more of a sense of flow rather than just you struggling to, like, with toothpicks and bubble gum, keep this fucking tower standing. If it needs to go, let it go. I feel like it's getting some things out of your way and setting you free, even though that's a little scary. But what's on the other side of that freedom is clarity, renewal, a sense of true possibility. I just keep feeling it, so bear with me, Scorpio. Here in the home stretch, I just want to pull a card. Spirit, tell me a little more about this Five of Wands, please. Five of Wands for Scorpio. Okay. Wow. Don't rest on your laurels. Get your rest, but when it comes to your gifts, don't rest on your laurels. When it comes to your magician things, whether that's your book, your idea, your business plan, when you push the wheel pushes with you. The wheel of fortune turns, brings up and downs, brings some potential wish fulfillment. But I'm going to say that the theme here is what you seek is seeking you, Scorpio. So if what you're seeking is distraction, then that is what will find you. But if what you are seeking is satisfaction, then it will find you. Wheels turning. I love to see the Wheel of Fortune in the same reading as the Tower because I kind of think of them like equal and opposite forces. In both cases, it's kind of like, whoa, this feels almost as if it's happening without my permission. But one is creating a positive change and momentum, and like sometimes it requires the Tower to break down and fall away, break all these limits so that the Wheel of Fortune can roll on through. Do you know what this is for you, Scorpio? Let me know in the comments. Be very curious if you have stories, questions, advice for your fellow Scorpions. I really appreciate you being here, Scorpio, and I really hope that this is helpful for you. If I don't see you in the live reading this Saturday, then I hope I see you in September. Bye, Scorpio.